Our next speaker is from Argentina, Dr. Alma Berra. She is a qualified modern medicine doctor and has been working as the pediatrician and the environmental medicine experts. And since 2009, she turns towards the Ayurveda and learn Ayurveda from Prema Ayurveda Academy, Argentina. And she had been visited India so many times and associated with the Gujarat Ayurveda University. And now she is holding the academic coordinator of Ayurveda Pharma. Sorry, Ayurveda Prema. So I invite Dr. Alma Berra to share her views about the challenges, opportunities globally and particularly in her country. Dr. Alma Berra.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chaudhary, for inviting me and Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad for hosting this event. I salute Professor Kotecha, Professor Nesari, Professors Abhimanyu Kumar, Anup Thakkar, Dr. Dhiman, Mahesh Vyas, Ashok Kumar, Varshini, very dear teachers, leaders of traditional and modern Ayurveda, as well as colleagues and friends. In this corner of the world, a strict quarantine has been in force since March the 20th. I would like to share some photographs that I prepared for you. In this picture, you can see the iconic largest avenue in Buenos Aires, virtually empty. Today, we are starting the 10th week of lockdown. The measure was early taken when there was no local circulation of the virus and explains why we have 10,000 confirmed cases and only 433 deaths. In comparison, Brazil has informed today 330,000 infected patients and over 21,000 deaths, which positions our neighboring country as the second most affected of the world, only anteceded by United States, as per the data available on the 22nd of May. So how has Ayurveda answered to this pandemic in our region? In many ways, we are harvesting the fruits of the seeds planted by the directors of Ayurveda Prema Foundation more than 30 years ago. This long-standing work is translated in a high level of acceptance of Ayurveda in the region. In the educational area, Ayurveda Prema has been training professionals for more than 25 years. Over 1,600 health professionals, mostly medical doctors, have already been trained, and as the courses are delivered in an integrative approach, they are able to implement the basic Ayurvedic principles in their practice. Our institution has done a thorough study of Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia of Indian medicinal plants and researched their availability in our region. This work enables the use of local medicinal plants described in Ayurvedic classics in the assistance of patients in Latin America, which is, as you can imagine, very useful in these pandemic times. This year we have begun the 21st annual university course, and we were honored as every year with the presence of the Ambassador of India, Sri Dinesh Bhatia, in the inauguration ceremony, which was held online due to a strict quarantine that we live in our country. In spite of the global corona crash and the virtual default that our country might be heading to, there is an increase in the interest that the society has towards Ayurveda, and this is a very big opportunity for us. I personally feel that the tireless work that previous generations have been doing is giving fruits right now, because in our region Ayurveda is strongly validated and people are every day more eager to engage in Ayurvedic practice and in the health professionals to be trained in this ancient science. In order to spread the Ayurvedic knowledge even more in the region, the Foundation has been offering weekly free and open streaming sessions, recommendations on salutogenesis, healthy eating, dinacharya, ritucharya, nasya, abhyangam, as well as guided meditations, pranayama, and other mental health resources are the topics and practices that have been transmitted. And also the Ayush recommendations for immunity boosted have been conveyed and developed throughout the sessions and in all our communicational channels. There have been 35 sessions in the course of these 2.5 months, which remain available online for the community, and we continue to host and share these talks since they have had a great repercussion. Regularly, more than 4,500 Spanish-speaking people from all over the world benefit from them. The integration with the public health system is the next topic, and our institution has presented to the National Health Ministry a list of protocols to be used based on the Ayush recommendations for COVID-19. Although we have a very good relationship with the authorities and have worked together before, we have not received a response so far. I want to mention as an important example a case where the introduction of Ayurveda came surprisingly through the armed forces. This is the work of a tenant colonel who studied Ayurveda in our foundation, later joining the Argentinian Association of Medical Doctors and Assistants in Ayurveda, presided by Dr. George Berra. In the following photographs, you can appreciate first-line operators like doctors, nurses, policemen, firemen, military, and volunteers being trained in stress management. The classes include principles of Ayurvedic preventive measures to maintain health, dinacharya, pranayama, and so on. I know you will be as moved as I am to see the officials of the armed forces practicing pranayama. As we know, pandemics can also be a window for change, upliftment, and for the renewal of our commitments. Finally, some comments on how we foresee the future. The interest of the community in Ayurveda has continued to grow and has even intensified in this context of pandemia. Unfortunately, the public health system has not yet included Ayurveda in its standard of practice, and this situation is the same as for many other types of traditional or complementary medicine in most of Western countries. However, since Ayurveda is being taught with an integrative perspective to health professionals, the horizon seems to be favorable for the implementation of Ayurveda in the mainstream health system in our country and region. It is important to point out that we can work with as much freedom in our private offices as well as in the public sector. There is a great number of professionals that have put into practice Ayurvedic resources in public hospitals, some examples being oncology, cardiology, pediatrics, nutrition, consulting rooms with an Ayurvedic approach, Kumara Vyangam at maternity units, and the list goes on and on. Besides, there is now a medical insurance covering medical doctors who practice Ayurveda, since our foundation extends certified university courses together with the Argentinian Medical Association. As you may understand, this is a very important legal issue. And we continue teaching and attending patients via telemedicine and online learning platforms. I could not finish this presentation without mentioning that Argentina in particular and Latin America in general is experiencing a historic dengue pandemic. This is caused by the advancement of the agro-frontier and agricultural border due to soybean production. The reduction of the biodiversity vulnerates the ecosystem and increases the presence of vectors of various diseases, as is the case of the Aedes aegypti, the mosquito-transmitting dengue disease. The degradation of the natural environment due to human actions brings forth zoonotic diseases with more aggression and less capacity to contain them, as is the case of the pandemic that we are experiencing. From the field of environmental medicine, we have been alerting the community that there is no scope for human health if the ecosystem is broken. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the ancient formula for the modern approach of a whole encompassing diagnostic and treatment of environments and all its living beings. Ayurveda, and I can say it with a lot of knowledge, of course. Ayurveda is the most environmental of all sciences and has much to offer to our human species that is starting to suffer from a relationship with the ecosystem and has to find a new way to inhabit the earth in the coming and present years. In this line, I want to emphasize the importance of Ayurveda as a system and not only as a single remedy, as Dr. Sanjeev Sharma just shared with us the importance of sustainable medicine. And this is a huge opportunity for all of us Ayurvedic practitioners to come forward and bring this new solution that we have in our hands, this treasure. In this line, the very definition of life is a beacon for us. It is not. Yes, it is not only Sukhayu, a hedonistic happiness, but also Hitayu, a meaningful life in the sense of recovering the eudaimonic happiness that comes when we feel connected to our fellow human beings and the cosmos itself. Ayurveda is based on the Vedic wisdom and independently from the individual's creed, nationality, gender, or age, has a lot to offer in these critical times, which are not only a sanitary crisis, but also a humanity crisis. I am very happy to see and be a part of the generation of evidence of the utility of Ayurveda. I would like to say this to all of you. I am very happy to see and be a part of the generation of evidence of the utility of Ayurveda. And I also want to share, as a Western and as an allopathic trained medical doctor, Ayurveda, in its comprehension and inclusion of the subtle aspects of the human experience, is a real jewel when it comes to human health. May we continue to work together in this line. I feel honored to participate in this international webinar and to communicate our actions and experiences. We are open to further collaboration and joint efforts to overcome the pandemia with Ayurveda. I want to tell you, from this corner of the world, we have the trained medical doctors, we have the plants, we have the community, which is eager to put all this into practice. And now we are having all this connection and all this web vibrating of life. And I'm really, really very happy of this celebration of Ayurveda and all the new scopes that this brings. And once again, my regards to all my teachers present here, to my colleagues, and also to the friends and patients that are hearing us and will be reached by these words. So thank you and namaskar.
Thank you, Dr. Alma. Thank you very much for being us, and congratulations and thanks for such a wonderful presentation. And I will extend my congratulations on behalf of the entire Ayurveda world, particularly for 3 points. Your appreciation to spread the knowledge of Ayurveda in that part of globe. And secondly, I can say thanks to you or appreciate your works just to de-stress the armed forces and the police personnel. And the last one is, which is I think the most important work done by your foundation, the insurance coverage for the Ayurveda physicians in your country. So definitely that is an appreciable job on behalf of you guys. Thank you very much for being with us. Thanks.